I'm Dr. Rheaume Bleue. I'm the author of the book Vitamin K2 and the Calcium Paradox, How a Little Known Vitamin Could Save Your Life. I am the host of Global Health Factors, the 1-minute news segment on Global National Morning News, talking about good news and research in the natural health industry that sometimes doesn't get the coverage that it deserves. And I am an educational spokesperson for Natural Factors. Oh, the intestinal flora can become disrupted for many reasons. Stress, antibiotic treatment, which is of course beneficial to treat infections, also can have the side effect of killing off helpful bacteria in the intestines. It's a common way the intestinal balance can become out of whack. A diet can even influence that. Some experts in the area have suggested, for example, chlorine in the water. And all of these things, and of course, infectious diseases, and even just with age, studies have shown that as we get older, there's typically a decline in the healthy bifidobacteria that we would expect or hope to find in the colon, for example, that can decline with age. So there's lots of reasons that the gut bacteria, the microbiome in the intestines, can become out of balance. Probiotics are fascinating and important for a number of reasons. We know that we have trillions of bacteria in our intestines. They make up what is called the microbiome, at least intestinal microbiome, and they influence our health in so many different ways. There is a balance of good and bad bacteria in the intestines, a very delicate balance that can get out of whack, it can become unbalanced. And probiotics are a way to help restore the balance to that intestinal bacteria. And that can have profound implications for our health in terms of immunity, digestion, and other aspects of well-being. There are two main families of bacteria that you find in the intestines, lactobacillus in the small intestine and bifidobacteria in the large intestine. And so a good probiotic formula typically contains some strains of each of those families. So in the Acidophilus and bifidus, for example, is primarily Lactobacillus rhamnosus with some Lactobacillus acidophilus, as well as some Bifidobacterium bifidum, and that covers the length of the large and small intestine. Prebiotic is basically food that bacteria, probiotics, like to eat. Prebiotics are typically indigestible carbohydrates, so fibers, carbohydrates that people can't digest, and this is food for our bacteria. Well, because you want to feed the good bacteria that you're taking in through your diet, probiotics especially like to eat fiber, and so there's a lot of talk about having a high fiber diet and the importance of having a high fiber diet. And ultimately, that's all about feeding your gut bacteria. And so there are certain fibers that bacteria like to eat in particular. Inulin, FOS, these are examples of those. So having a little bit of those in your probiotic formula is convenient because you're providing a little bit of food for the good bacteria that you're taking in. FOS stands for fructooligosaccharide. It's a type of, it's a compound, a naturally occurring compound that's kind of partway between a sugar and a fiber. And this helps to stabilize the bacteria in the capsule, as well as once you take probiotics along with FOS, it actually provides a food source for the probiotics that come in the capsule. Some people like to put their probiotic in with their food, either sprinkling it on the food that they're eating, or especially for people who like to do shakes in the morning, starting their day, for example, with a protein shake, and they want to put their probiotic in that. You could open a capsule, for example, of the Ultimate Multi-Probiotic, or it's even more convenient to have simply a powder on hand that you can scoop straight into your shake or other food. If it's very hot, of course, these are delicate microorganisms, and if the food is very hot, that could kill them off. And so you want to make sure that it is, the food is no hotter than what would be comfortable to eat. Scooping the Natural Factors Mega Probiotic Powder into a shake is a very convenient way to use this. Like the children's multi-probiotic formula, being in a powdered formula, you can mix this into food or drinks with kids as long as it is not very hot food. And this just makes it an easy way to incorporate this into your diet and into your food.